if you'd like to access some of the many benefits of SharePoint Premium, or formerly Microsoft Syntex, that was changed in late 2023, such as these features down here, you're going to need to activate pay-as-you-go billing. So that means you'll need to have an Azure subscription with pay-as-you-go. And that's because most of these features here are actually charged on a per use basis. So for example, optical character recognition is roughly $1 per 1,000 pages or images that are scanned by the engine, up to unstructured document processing where it's going to go and find certain documents, it's going to extract content out of them and maybe tag it or put it into metadata, that type of thing. That can cost around 5 US cents per page. So you've got to be fairly smart about where you turn this on. Some of the clients we work with, if we were to turn it on and run it across all of their tenant, you know, you'd be looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars for that initial bill. So just be mindful of that. What we're going to do in this video is set up an Azure pay-as-you-go subscription. We're going to set up a resource group to track SharePoint Premium or Syntex usage, and then we're going to activate it here in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Now this environment, I've already set it up, so I've got another environment where I have not set it up over here. You can access this screen just by going into Setup, scrolling down, finding under Files and Content, use Content AI with Microsoft Syntex. It might say SharePoint Premium by the time you are watching this video. And if we go here, you'll notice that you probably won't see some of these things. In this particular tenant, because we were an early adopter, Syntex was originally billed at $5 per user per month, which possibly would have been really amazing, but they quickly took that away and replaced it with this pay-as-you-go billing. So anyway, if you don't see anything there, that's why. So set up billing. Now it shows you what the prerequisites are. Now I could choose one of these subscriptions, but I'm not. I'm going to actually create one from scratch. So we can actually go to our subscriptions. So that takes us directly to our Azure subscriptions, and I'm going to click on Add New, and I'm going to click on Get Started. And I'm going to click on Next, sign up. You might have to add a... Okay, so from here, if we go back to our subscriptions, there's our pay-as-you-go subscription. Okay, that's the one that I have just created. And the next thing we're going to do is go to resource groups, and we just want to create a resource group, and we want to select our pay-as-you-go subscription, and we want to call this one SharePoint Premium, no spaces, and put that in your region. And we're going to click on Create. And so we will go back to our resource groups, and we can see there that we have our SharePoint Premium group. So let's head back over to the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Now I'll probably need to refresh this screen just to make sure that subscription is available in the drop down. So I'll hit refresh, and then I will come back here. And then we're going to go and set up our billing. So you can now see we have our pay-as-you-go option, and we want to select the resource group, and we want to select our region again, Australia East, and accept the terms of service. So now when you click on this, you'll see all of the pay-as-you-go services that you can now access under the SharePoint Premium banner. Okay, so we've set up a pay-as-you-go subscription in Microsoft Azure, and within that subscription, we've set up a resource group called SharePoint Premium to track our costs associated with these services. So the most important thing is to then monitor those costs. And so in order to do that, what we're going to do is jump back into the Azure portal and open up our pay-as-you-go subscription. And we're just going to go down to resource groups. And what we're going to do is click on SharePoint Premium. And we're going to click on cost analysis. Now, this is going to show us how much we are spending in this resource group for the billing period or previous billing periods. Now, obviously, I just set this up a moment ago, so it's not going to be populated with any data, as you can see. But what I am going to do is show you how to set up a budget in order to proactively monitor and track how much you're spending on SharePoint Premium. To do that, let's go down to budgets and we're going to click on the add button and we're just going to give it a name. I'm going to call it SharePoint Premium. Oops. And I'll just select the defaults, which is monthly, and I'm going to set a budget amount of $200. Now, there are two options here. I can be notified if the actual budget is exceeded. So if I say, if the budget goes over 101%, notify me. But probably more importantly is the forecasted amount. So if the system detects that or believes that I am going to exceed that $200 a month, it's going to notify me. So as an example, let's just say you turned on one of the services in the first 3 days of the month and you consumed $90. The system would go, okay, clearly if we keep going at this rate, you're going to exceed your budget. So it's going to send you a notification. So again, I'm going to say 101%. Then I'm just going to type in the email address or addresses that I want to have these notifications sent to. And then I'm going to click on create. Now that will take a couple of hours before that budget starts working, but you can see there now I have my budget. So what we've gone through today is obviously creating a PAYG subscription for Azure, setting up a resource group for SharePoint Premium, and then creating a budget for SharePoint Premium that's going to notify us if we look like or do exceed our budget. Now, just finally, before I close out this video, let me click over to the SharePoint Premium pricing page. So you should familiarize yourself with this, given that it is a pay-as-you-go service. So if you scroll down here, you'll see some of these items, they're all priced in US dollars, so make sure you convert those to your local currency. Simple things like image tagging or OCR, it's $1 per 1,000 pages, so it's quite inexpensive. But some of the other items, like the items that can actually be run en masse, such as unstructured document processing, grabbing information out of finding files and grabbing information out of it and maybe putting it into the metadata, that's 5 cents per page. So you can see how that could add up very, very quickly. Hence why these budgets are really important. Some of the other items, if we scroll down here, for example, e-signature like DocuSign or Adobe Sign is $2 per transaction. And some other things like document translation is $15 per million characters. So everything is charged per usage. So definitely set those up. You've also got your backup and your archiving services there as well. So definitely set up your budget, give it a try. This is the first of quite a few videos that I'll be making in the SharePoint Premium space. And if you got something out of this or you would like to keep abreast of what's going on with SharePoint Premium and Purview, subscribe to the channel and give me a like below. That way you'll be notified when we drop our new videos. All right, toodaloo guys.